hospital. And I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about that. Lois has lived in Ridgecrest for a long time, and that's another thing that she's going to talk to us about. She was married for 56 years, had 4 children, and a bunch of grandkids. We're going to tell you about them, too. I lost count of that. But welcome, Lois. And how about this? Her name is Lois. That's not a bad thing. You've got a good name. And we found out just chatting that even our middle names are the same. So something's really, we've got little things going on here today. Anyway, we're going to have a fun time, and you're going to learn about the Pink Ladies. Pink Ladies is a group at the hospital. And first thing I want to know is how you got to Ridgecrest and what you do here and how you got involved with Pink Ladies.
Well, I came here in '58 with my husband right out of college, and he worked on the base for 34, 35 years. And that's how we got here, as on the base as an engineer.
Okay. Funny thing, most of them do engineer.
Yeah. And the draw was we'd have housing and all the base privileges, etc. And so we just came.
And your kids could go to the theater. You could send them off without having to worry getting there, right? Now the theater's condemned, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's so sad.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, so this is sort of your forever home now, then?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't plan to go anywhere.
I love it. That's great. Kind of mine, too, but unless I have to, I'll be here.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Pink Ladies.
Well, the Pink Ladies started in 1958. And Jan Hoagland was the very first president. She was president for 2 years. And then we've had a whole list of them since then.
When did you say they started?
Jan, in 1958.
Oh, that's been a while back. Yeah.
Yes, that was actually the year we came here.
Oh.
Come to think of it.
Did you start that year?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't start until 2007.
Oh, okay.
Which has not been too long ago.
But you had small children.
I came here with 1. And had 3 more here, and they all grew up, went to school here, went to high school, graduated. My oldest daughter married, had 2 children. They both went to school here except for a short time. Now I have 6 great-grandchildren here.
Here
in Ridgecrest, and they're all in school here.
Oh, how neat. That's great. Did they go to the same school that their parents did?
No, not really, because my grandkids went to school on the base.
Oh, okay.
VWIG, and I'm not sure which else.
That don't.
And really. They went to Los Flores, so some of mine are going to Los Flores too now. So.
Isn't that interesting? There are some. When I first started, I think there weren't that many natives, but it's amazing how many of you people are native. It's interesting. So what are the Pink Ladies, and what do you do?
Well, we want to serve the hospital patients and the hospital health administration and everything as much as we can. We have interaction with some of the patients. Sometimes we have interaction with people that come into the hospital. We have, do you want me to tell the places we have to work?
Sure.
We work at the, first we have the gift shop, which is when you first come in.
We're going to talk a little bit more about that
later.
These neat things were from the gift shop.
We have the one at the front desk that you meet when you're coming in. If you're a visitor, you get a pass. If you're not a visitor and you need x-rays, we take care of that and other things. Then we have what we call our hostess card or whatever, and they go around to the rooms and give people tea or coffee or soft drink or juice, whatever. Then we have our dietary, and they work with the kitchen people, going around taking care of their meals and planning their meals and stuff like that.
They help plan, or they?
Well, they check out all these things that are on this thing that they carry around with them. I've never really done it. I went through it once, but I know, I know it's done. And then we have what we call transporters who carry things from point to point. And let's see, have I missed somebody? I did. But I can't think.
You do so much. It's hard to remember everything.
It's really fun, and I love it.
You do.
And of course, we have the gift shop, where it's open from 10 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And everybody's welcome. Anybody, you don't have to come to the hospital. I mean, be in the hospital to come to the gift shop.
Look at some of their neat gifts. They have the greatest gift shop that I've seen at any hospital. It's awesome. But these things that you're talking about doing don't necessarily come naturally. So you've got to have some special training, and how does that work?
When you apply, which you can go into the gift shop and get a application, fill it out and bring it back, and then we have a scan thing we have to go through of your background and all that kind of stuff. And after all that's taken care of, then we give training on overall training, and then you get a chance to go to each one of those types of areas and be trained by somebody in those areas to give you the overall view of what's going on.
So if I were to come in there and say, I'm interested in doing this, which I don't think I am right now. It sounds like a lot of work, but a lot of fun work, I'm sure. But you would tell me, okay, we're going to show you all the different areas that we've got. Will that be a meeting, an orientation meeting?
There will be an orientation meeting of some sort where you'll hear about the background of the Pink Ladies, and we usually have a short film that tells about it.
Okay.
And then you will make appointments. We'll make appointments for you with you to go to these different areas to try.
Okay.
Now, like you would sit in the front desk, you would sit beside me because I work there a lot.
She does front desk a lot, yeah.
You would sit next to me, and you would watch how I went through things and what I did, like giving the visitors passes and checking people in for x-rays and things like that.
What's a requirement? Do you have to be female? Do you have to be 29? What's the requirement?
Okay. You have to be available.
Really?
You can be a man or a woman.
Okay.
Because we do have what we call blue men, and
Blue
we would
men
like
and
to have
ladies.
more.
I love it.
We have to have more. We'd like to have more, but anyway, we have the blue men and the pink ladies, and there's really no age that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Just availability. Well, you would have to be over 18,
okay,
probably, or maybe 21. I'm not sure.
The men get to do the hard work, the heavy work.
Well, there's really no real heavy work in any of it.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. You don't be moving beds. And
oh gosh, no, we don't do anything like that.
Okay.
No,
okay.
we never do.
Your patient contact is mostly
the hospital cart or the dietary area.
I get it. Okay, what we're going to do a little bit more when we come back is talk about the men and the ladies and what they're doing, how much training they're actually getting, and what we need to do to get you some more people. We'll be back in just a bit.
Sounds good.
And Lois, this is going to be a first, folks, when I've had this before. Amazing. We're talking about the Pink Ladies. Lois Cobb is the president of the Pink Ladies Auxiliary, this is a big mouthful, of Ridgecrest Regional Hospital. We had gotten to training with some of the ladies, and now I want to go into a little bit about the fact that they do have some men. Back when I first came some 25 years ago or something, I met a couple, and the lady was a pink lady, and her husband followed her to help her out, and he kept calling himself an honorary pink lady. And I guess he did enough that these ladies decided maybe they needed some men, and so they started recruiting, I guess, men. So you don't have any honorary pink ladies, you've got blue men.
Correct.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about their quals. Are they pretty much the same?
They're the same, basically, yes.
The time frame is the main thing.
Yes, they'd be available, and just go through the steps, and they're the same as pink ladies.
And they do pretty much the same jobs?
Yes, they do exactly the same things as we do. They're at the front desk, they're transporters.
What's a transporter?
That's a transporter that takes things around, like at the blood bank, the blood draw place needs blood taken to the lab, and certain areas need paperwork taken to another area and stuff like that.
Kind of sounds like a glorified gopher name, huh?
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
We do gopher work too.
That's what.
That's great though, because it's fun to do it, and they all enjoy each other. I've met so many of them, and they're all just happy and upbeat all the time. And in a hospital situation, that's hard to be always happy and upbeat. So you've got men, you've got training for all of them. How in the world do you schedule so that you know how long do you work? How long do we
work? We are required to have at least 26 hours a month.
So a volunteer would have to be able to give you
26 hours a month.
Okay.
And come to at least 1 or 2 meetings during the year. We have meetings from September through May, and you need to come to several of those because you don't know what's going on if you don't.
Well, that's true.
And, you know, it's really quite, and also you get to meet some of the other members.
Yeah, right.
Because if you don't do that, all you know are the ones right here that you're working with.
Right.
And there's a lot more out there.
And maybe talking around with the different people, you get a feeling for maybe I'd like to do that job too.
Right, and that
happens.
happens. That happens.
Because I'll share with her. I know I talked to one lady that I know that has like a scheduled partner.
Yes.
So that when she can't be there,
yes,
she talks to her buddy. Do they do that a lot?
That is just mostly with the transporters.
Okay.
Also, well, in the gift shop, we are working 2 by 2.
Oh, because you have 2 people there all the time?
We have 2 people all the time.
And that's
most of the time.
Again?
The gift shop is from 10 to 4.
Okay. Okay,
but
so we need 2 people there every day.
Usually. Once in a while, we wind up with just 1 there, but that's unusual. I mean, not the norm. That's not called for.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, it'd be kind of hard probably for somebody to check somebody out and then try to help someone else with it. So, but it's a great gift shop, folks. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. So that you schedule, do you do the scheduling or do you have?
Each group has a chairman.
Okay.
Like the gift shop, the transporters, the dietary, and they are responsible for after the initial orientation, whoever wants to go in can go in, but then they are responsible for scheduling them out per day.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And per hours and whatever.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting because you've got to have them here.
Yeah.
And the hospital depends on you tremendously, don't they?
Well, they seem to most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. There are sometimes, I have to tell you a story that I heard, well, I was part of actually, sitting in the emergency room. I had taken my husband over, and there was a pink lady at the emergency room, which
we don't do anymore.
Do that anymore. This might be why. No, there was a lady there that was, God bless her, she was so efficient getting people moved where they needed to be and whatever. But a lady who was ill or sick or hurt, I don't know, came rushing in and screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." And this poor lady stood up and said, "Give me your name," and "Help me, help me, doctor." She kept calling her doctor. And she kept saying, "Come on, doctor, help me, help me." The pink lady said, "I'm not a doctor, but I'll get you some help. Don't leave me, don't leave me." She was so frightened. And that lady, I'm sorry I don't remember who she was, because if you did this, it was remarkable. She held her hand, she sat down and did something on the telephone, and within 30 seconds, there was somebody out there, a nurse, I believe it was, to help that lady. She was so scared, and if it hadn't been for the pink lady, she might have fainted right there on the spot, because that's so hard. You're going to an emergency room, you're sick, you don't know what's wrong.
Right.
You look at a friendly, smiling face, and you're pretty happy to see it. So, and you've got that on the front desk also.
Yes. Our front desk is first place you meet it.
Mm-hmm.
We put the tags on, and we take care of the x-ray things. And
oh, you do actually tag the patients?
No, not patients. The visitors. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We tag the visitors when they come in for visiting. Then we take care of people that need x-rays. We fill out their things and take care of the process. And direct people. We're always directing people.
That's kind of your basic job, is telling people where to go in a nice way. Yes. Do you work at the pavilion also? Or
not anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
So just the hospital?
Just the hospital, yes,
okay.
ma'am. Well, now, let me say this.
Okay.
We may be starting to work, if we can get enough people, out in the new Ridgecrest facility behind us.
Oh, yeah, I saw in the paper
rehab.
where the Ridgecrest Health Center is going to be now the hospital.
Under the hospital, yes.
So you may be working
We
out
may
there.
be working out there. Mr. Suver mentioned the fact that we might be able to incorporate that in our things.
Wonderful. That's one of the things we're going to go into in a little bit. If any of you are interested in becoming one of these great ladies or men, we're going to get you some information about how to do that, because they could use some more help.
Yes.
Always. But we're going to talk a little bit about the gift shop now. Their gift shop is awesome. And if you don't even have anybody in the hospital, you should go see their gift shop. Unique gifts. You can see some of them right here. If you want to hold up a couple of those, maybe tell them.
These are one of our newest in the jewelry line. It's very reasonable, and we have some of the most unique jewelry, I think, in the town, frankly.
She may not get home with that one. I may have to take that one.
And then we have lots of fun stuffed toys. Here's a little Pomeranian and Mr. Grumpy
little
cat over there.
And then this gorgeous purse.
And then we have this purse. We have, all kinds of scarves. And we bring in different purses and everything. And we have measuring cups. We have all kinds of things.
We're going to talk about this a little bit more in a minute. I think we're going to go to a break again. And then we'll bring up some more of this. And we're out. You're back with Lois and Lois at Ridgecrest Talk, and we're talking about the Ridgecrest Regional Hospital Pink Ladies. We just began talking about the gift shop, and I want to tell you a story about how I got something out of the gift shop. At one time, being an asthmatic, I was in ICU, and a group of folks wanted to come see me, and they brought flowers. Well, they won't let you have flowers in the ICU. I guess there's critters or something on them. I don't know. But you can't have them anyway. So they put those flowers down and they ran to the gift shop. And I've got the cutest little teddy bear. He's about this big with a little plaid outfit on. And he's very special to me. And he came from the gift shop. And that's what you can do with this. If you want to take something to somebody who's in the hospital, stop by there and pick it up. If you don't, do you have flowers?
We don't have flowers personally,
okay.
But there are flowers there available.
Oh, really?
Yes, right there in the entry. There's a big flower. I mean, a big
kind of like a vending machine or something.
Well, not quite exactly a vending machine, but it's a shop. I mean, a ice box there.
Oh.
And it has flowers in it. We have. It's run by the hospital takes care of it.
Oh, the hospital takes care of that.
The operator will take the money for that.
Okay.
But you can get flowers.
The telephone operator.
The telephone operator, right behind.
There's so many operators and transporters and names that I'm not familiar with that we need to get a hold of. But I just wanted to show this pretty purse. It's just so unique and different. You can see how pretty that is. Wouldn't that be a fun gift to get if you were sitting in the hospital feeling really rotten and somebody brought you something pretty like that? I'd love that.
Beautiful scarves.
Really,
we have a huge display of scarves now. We have a new display of them. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Oh, how pretty. And your scarves are so popular right now.
And we have a variety of them. No, I'm not. I love them, but I'm not aware.
They're popular, but we forget to put them on.
Yeah.
But they're so beautiful. And they have some of the greatest things. I've seen little crystal candy dishes and jewelry. And, of course, the stuffed animals. That's awesome. And for the little ones, that's a perfect gift for a child. If you just need a special gift that you can't find anyplace else in town, stop in there and take a look because they have stuff and it's reasonably priced. I'm telling you, I was real surprised at the prices that they put out. They make a profit because, tell me what your profit does.
Well, our profits go to the hospital to buy equipment and things for the hospital. We just recently bought some equipment for Dr. Desai for his surgeries, for his knee surgeries. And
he's an
orthopedic doctor.
Okay.
And we just bought some equipment for him not too long ago. And it goes for we bought, I think, an isolate thing for the infants and everything. And I don't know what all else they bought, but they've done a lot of things for the hospital. That's where all our money, our profits go from the Pink Ladies gift shop is to the hospital.
And then, getting closer to the end of the year, they have special events to make special money for another project. Tell us about that.
Yes, our other project are for the LVN and RN scholarships. And we raise money for that by donations from different clubs in the valley. Excuse me.
Sure.
And then we have, sometimes we call it a no-bakeless bake
That's
sale.
kind of neat, a no-bake sale. Then you don't have any rules to follow, but then you get your profit.
Yeah, and that all comes in from that, goes into the LVN RN scholarship fund. And through that, we take 4 or 5, it depends on things. They get things from the programs, names from the programs, and then we choose certain ones.
You actually pick the person
Yes,
who
we
gets
pick the
scholarship?
persons that get the scholarship.
How many do you give?
It depends. It varies. Sometimes
how
we
much
give
money you
us
make?
4 or 5, sometimes only 2 or 3.
I see.
And it just depends on how things work out on that. But we do give, every year, we give scholarships for LVNs and RNs.
Oh, that's remarkable. And they have the special event, so you might be getting something. What would be one of your special events?
We just put things up around the hospital. Mostly we just
donate
in your
to
bake
the hospital
for the bake
and then there's
sale.
something in the gift shop.
Oh, yes. Yes, and boy, do we get a lot of people from the hospital taking care of that. We have our little bowl with little tiny pieces of chocolate. And we have a little jar there and have a sign on it is for the LVN, RN gift scholarships. And people come in, they'll buy $1, $2, $3, $4 worth of 10, 20, 30 pieces of. And
is it on a donation basis?
It's a donation.
Oh my gosh!
And that thing just goes down like that, and we're just constantly trying to keep it open.
Well, I mean, nobody doesn't like chocolate.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody loves chocolate.
Yeah. We have some that are just chocolate.
You know it's going to be there, though, and so you can kind of plan on it, and then it gives you guys money.
Yeah, and many sometimes we have a pretty fair full jar by the end of the day.
I know I can stop by there anytime you have a chocolate attack.
Yeah.
Get yourself a little chocolate.
Yeah,
See
there you
what's
go.
going on. So, anyway, we've got the gift shop, we've got the training, and now we've got to find out if you really are interested and would like to serve your fellow man, which is what you're doing at that hospital. You're helping the visitors, you're helping the people who are sick. One of the sweetest ladies I ever met in my life had a cart that she brought around each morning, and I'm a bit of a coffee hound, and I couldn't wait till she got there with the coffee. They bring coffee in the morning. Do they do in the afternoon too?
Yes, when we have the people available.
Yes,
and
we
right
need some
now
more folks.
we need more people. And if you would like to join us, all you have to do is come into the gift shop, ask for an application, bring it back to the gift shop, and we will take it from there.
And then you'll get a call and go from there.
And we'll work from there.
Just 26 hours a month?
Yes, it's at least 26 hours a month. Many of us work more than that. It's up to you. I mean,
but that's a minimum.
Yeah, at least 1 or 2 hours.
Your
most
shifts
of our
are about
hours,
how long?
Our shifts are anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
And
so even if you've got a lot of things to do in a day, you could stop by and do your shift for a couple hours and still get your work done.
Like you can work in the morning and leave in the afternoon.
Okay.
If you're on a weekend.
Yeah. That's another thing. You've got to work
Monday through Friday.
Oh, you don't work weekends?
No, we do not work weekends. Monday through Friday.
I bet the hospital misses you on the weekends. Because they depend on them so much. Like she said, they're at the main office and whatever. One thing that she told me once is you need to stop by and get them because they can help you get into the hospital. If you need to have like a wheelchair or something, they'll bring one out for you. Not emergency room, but just help to get in. So is there anything that I've missed that you want to tell? Has there a telephone number or anything that they could call?
No,
prefer
not
that
really.
They come in?
I prefer they come into the gift shop and get an application there,
Okay.
Because we keep applications there all the time, and I'll alert the people there to make sure that
Okay, we're going to tell them that you're coming because we want to have droves of people help these ladies out.
Yes, we need another dozen or at least.
We're out of here, guys. Come back another time.
Thank you.